Hey everyone, and welcome to the very first episode of Comfort Matters. It's the show dedicated to making your home life, more comfortable. You know, that feeling when everything just works and feels right in your space. That's what we're going for.
Exactly. We're diving deep into the topics you care about, using the research and articles you send our way. It's like having a personalized research team, without all the hassle.
No more sifting through endless Google searches or getting lost in technical jargon. For this inaugural episode, we're tackling a question that chills us to the bone. Literally. How to choose the right garage heater.
The garage. A space full of potential, but often too cold to fully enjoy. And you've given us an excellent starting point, a comprehensive garage heater brand review by the HvacRepairGuy, who, if you don't know, is kind of a legend in the heating and cooling world.
Right. I mean, the first thing that struck me was his super simple color-coded rating system. Green for the top picks, yellow for decent budget choices, and red for, let's just say you might want to steer clear of those. It's brilliant for visual learners. Instant clarity.
Absolutely, and that visual simplicity speaks volumes about the HvacRepairGuy's expertise. He's not just throwing technical data at you, he's presenting it in a way that's easy to digest and act on. That's crucial when you're dealing with something as potentially complex as a heating system.
Okay, so before we get into the specifics, I have to admit, I was a little overwhelmed by the sheer volume of information in this review. 9 different brands, 9 categories of comparison. Where do you even begin?
That's the beauty of this deep dive. We're here to help you break it down. And the first step is simple. Define your needs. Think about the size of your garage, your budget. What features are essential for you? Do you need something super powerful for a large, uninsulated space? Or are you looking for something smaller and more energy efficient for occasional use?
It's like any big purchase. Knowing what you need helps you cut through the marketing noise. So let's talk brands. I'm going to throw some of the ones that jumped out at me.
Yeah.
And you can give us the expert lowdown.
Sounds good. I'm ready when you are.
All right, first up, Beacon Morris. They caught my eye for 2 reasons. Made in the USA, always a plus, and this cool dual line approach. They have their BRT line, which seems more budget-friendly, and then the Optum line, which is all sleek, stainless steel, and high-end features. What's the deal there?
It's a smart strategy, right? They're essentially covering both ends of the market. The BRT line is designed to compete on price, while the Optum line targets those who prioritize aesthetics and premium features, but don't assume budget means low quality. The HvacRepairGuy actually praises the BRT line's reliability, highlighting its robust construction despite the lower price point. It really comes down to what matters most to you.
See, that's the kind of insight I need. Okay, switching gears completely. Eco King, made in Canada, incredibly energy efficient, and apparently quieter than a whisper. What's the magic there?
The secret sauce is the direct spark ignition system. Unlike traditional systems with a constantly running pilot light, direct spark only ignites when needed, saving energy and eliminating that constant whooshing sound. The downside: direct spark can sometimes be less reliable than hot surface ignition, especially over time.
So it's a trade-off. Whisper quiet operation for a potential dip in long-term reliability. It makes you think about how often you'll be using the heater and what your priorities are. Would you rather save on energy bills or have the peace of mind of a super reliable ignition?
Exactly. And that's the beauty of the HvacRepairGuy's review. He lays out these technical details, explains the pros and cons, and empowers you to make the decision that's right for your needs.
Okay, one more brand I want to touch on before we move on. Mr. Heater. These seem to be everywhere. Home improvement stores, online retailers, super accessible. Is that their main selling point? Or is there more to them?
Accessibility is definitely a major advantage. For many people, being able to easily pick up a heater at their local store or order it online with a click is a huge plus. But Mr. Heater also scores well in other areas, offering a range of models with various features and price points. It's a brand that focuses on practicality and convenience, without sacrificing too much on performance.
So they're kind of the everyman's garage heater. I like that. Now, the HvacRepairGuy has this clear favorite, right? He ranks ADP as his top pick, but then drops a little bombshell. Limited dealer network. What's the deal with that?
It's a good question. Sometimes a limited dealer network is a sign of exclusivity, which can translate to higher quality and specialized service. You're not just buying a mass-produced heater. You're getting something designed and supported by experts.
So it's like the difference between a custom suit and something off the rack. You might pay a premium, but you're getting a higher level of craftsmanship and personalized attention.
Exactly. But there are also potential downsides. With fewer dealers, you might face longer wait times for installation or repairs, and the overall cost could be higher, both for the unit itself and for any service calls.
It's like anything else. There are trade-offs to consider. But this brings up a point that I think a lot of people overlook: the importance of servicing and maintenance. We get so caught up in choosing the right brand and model that we forget about what happens down the line.
It's crucial. Just like your car needs regular tune-ups, your garage heater will need maintenance to keep it running efficiently and safely. That's where a good warranty and a reliable dealer network become invaluable.
And that's something the HVAC repair guy really stresses: checking the warranty details and understanding what's covered and for how long. It's not just about the initial price tag, it's about the long-term cost of ownership.
Absolutely. And speaking of long-term costs, let's talk about energy efficiency. This is a big one, especially with rising energy prices.
Right. No one wants to crank up their garage heater only to see their energy bill skyrocket.
Yeah.
The HVAC repair guy mentions BTU output. Is that the key factor in determining efficiency?
BTUs, or British thermal units, measure a heater's heat output. But efficiency isn't just about how much heat a heater can produce, it's about how effectively it converts fuel into heat. That's where things like heat exchangers and ignition systems come into play.
So back to the EcoKing example. Their direct spark ignition helps with efficiency because it eliminates the constant pilot light. But what about heat exchangers? What are those, and why do they matter?
The heat exchanger is like the heart of your heater. It's the component that transfers heat from the fuel source to the air in your garage. The material it's made of can significantly impact its durability and efficiency. The HvacRepairGuy repair guy points out that stainless steel heat exchangers are generally more durable and resistant to corrosion than aluminized steel.
So if you plan on using your garage heater heavily for years to come, investing in a model with a stainless steel heat exchanger could save you money and hassle in the long run. It's like choosing a higher quality appliance. You pay a bit more upfront, but you get better performance and longevity.
Exactly. And that's why doing your research is so important. You need to understand these technical details so you can choose a heater that meets your needs and budget while providing efficient, reliable warmth for years to come.
Okay, so we've covered brands, features, efficiency, warranties. It's a lot to take in. But before we wrap things up, I want to circle back to something you mentioned earlier: sizing the heater. How do you know what size is right for your garage?
That's where things can get a little tricky. But the HVAC repair guy has you covered. He provides a helpful chart on his website that takes into account factors like the size of your garage, the level of insulation, and even the climate you live in. It helps you calculate the ideal BTU output for your specific space.
So it's not just about eyeballing it and hoping for the best. You really need to do the math to ensure you're getting a heater that's powerful enough to heat your garage effectively without being oversized and wasting energy.
Exactly. And don't forget, insulation plays a huge role. A well-insulated garage will require a smaller, less powerful heater than an uninsulated one. So if you're looking to maximize efficiency, improving your garage's insulation is a great place to start.
This is all making me think about my own garage. It's pretty drafty. Maybe I need to look into some insulation upgrades before I even think about buying a heater. But back to the topic at hand. I think we've given our listener a solid foundation for choosing a garage heater. What would you say are the key takeaways?
I think the most important takeaway is that there's no one-size-fits-all answer. The best garage heater for you depends on your individual needs, your budget, and the characteristics of your garage. Don't be afraid to take your time, do your research, and ask questions.
And remember, the HVAC repair guy is an amazing resource. I was so impressed by the depth of information in his review. And he's got a ton of other helpful content on his YouTube channel.
He really is a wealth of knowledge if you're looking to learn more about heating systems, troubleshooting common problems, or just want some expert advice on all things HVAC. I highly recommend checking out his channel.
Yes. And if you're ready to take the plunge and buy a garage heater, he even has an Amazon storefront where you can find all the models he recommends. Talk about convenient.
It's a great way to support his work and ensure you're getting a quality product from a trusted source. He's done the research and vetted the options, so you can shop with confidence.
So to sum it all up, I think this deep dive has been a great example of what Comfort Matters is all about, empowering you, our listeners, to make informed decisions about your home.
Whether you're tackling a big project like choosing a heating system, or just trying to figure out how to make your space more comfortable and functional, we're here to guide you through the process.
We'll dive into the research, break down complex topics, and hopefully spark some aha moments along the way.
And who knows, maybe we'll even have a few laughs along the way.
Absolutely. Learning about home comfort doesn't have to be dry and boring. So stay warm, stay curious, and keep those comfort levels high.
And remember, when it comes to your home, comfort matters.
Thanks for joining us on this inaugural episode of Comfort Matters. Don't forget to subscribe to the HVAC Repair Guy on YouTube for even more expert advice on all things heating and cooling.
And be sure to check out his Amazon storefront for all your heating and cooling needs. Until next time.